Hi, my name is Corrine Rodriguez, and I will be presenting the case study SharpPrint AG. 3 years ago, Sharp Printing decided that it would like to create a laser printer available in the small business and consumer marketplace for less than $200. Senior management met and fleshed out the general technical specifications, the major deliverables, the product launch date, and a cost estimate based on their previous experience. Senior management then met with middle management to discuss the project goals, major responsibilities, project start dates, and the importance of meeting the product launch date within the initial cost estimate. Lauren, a seasoned project manager, was appointed to the task of managing the laser printer project. Her initial activities included getting a good bottom-up estimate and creating a work breakdown structure which identified organization responsibility within the scope of the project. Unfortunately, when the estimates came back from the various organizations, Lauren discovered that the initial project costs were grossly inaccurate to the tune of $1.25 million over the initial top-down estimate provided by senior management. Additionally, the time estimate was 4 months longer than anticipated. Lauren met again with key stakeholders, but they were unable to identify any real cost savings measures. They did agree, however, that the project could be condensed somewhat, but of course only with additional cost. At this point, what would you do if you were Lauren? Given that Lauren has already done the required research and estimating, and since the estimates are grossly out of proportion to what senior level management came up with, she should immediately report her findings to top-level management. Raising a red flag at this point is an important, if not uncomfortable, role of a project manager. In reporting to senior management, Lauren should make sure that she can suggest some realistic alternatives based on the bottom-up forecasting that was completed. Given the timeline and cost discrepancies, where the project goes from this point forward is really based on the direction given to her by senior management. At this point, you may be asking, was top management acting correctly in developing an estimate? Given that they base their top-down estimate on past experience, and they should be experienced in these matters, the answer is yes. It's what top management does. Providing a high-level top-down overview is certainly within their realm of expertise. However, sometimes using the top-down method for estimating project costs and timelines is not sufficient. In this case, before the project was approved and initiated, a bottom-up forecast would have supplied the level of detail necessary to create a more realistic cost and time estimate. So my suggestion for which estimating techniques should be used for mission-critical projects such as this would be the bottom-up forecast using level of detail. Getting the details correct with no more and no less than is necessary is crucial for the success of a detailed project. Another suggestion, since Lauren would not like to fail at the second attempt for this project, would be range estimating. Having a good, better, best scenario for forecasting time and cost would be smart for the project management team, since, again, it would be detrimental to Lauren's reputation as a project manager for the second estimate attempt to fail. At this point, Lauren has several options. She could go with the overrun flow and try to use as many cost-saving techniques as possible, even though the project will remain over budget. Senior management will still see the fruition of the laser printer development. She has the ability, as noted in the text, to crash the project and come close to the initial project deadline. Crashing a project, however, would increase overall project costs, which are already larger than anticipated, and would still make the initial deadline. She could commission a break-even study, even though that would be additional overhead cost, or she could cancel the project, which may be warranted at this point, although it would surely disappoint senior level management. So did top management act correctly in developing the estimates for this project? I believe that they did. Top-down, bottom-up is the name of the game. The only caveat, however, is that in this case, the top-down did not match the bottom-up estimates. It is crucial for senior level management to allow for a bottom-up study to be completed after the initial top-down estimates. In this case, the rough order magnitude of a top-down analysis was not enough to take in all project considerations, and it resulted in a project that was grossly out of proportion to reality. All stakeholders should always be involved in the process of estimating. What estimate techniques should be used for this project? Senior level management used the consensus method of top-down estimating. In this case, it was not sufficient and reliable method of estimating. The method uses pooled resources and professional experience to estimate cost and time, and in this case, it did not work. As noted in other slides, a bottom-up approach using range estimating and level of detail would be more accurate in this case. The devil really is in the details. In conclusion, I think it's important to note that project management is fluid and that the best project managers, need to be flexible and efficient. When all else fails, we need to realize that sometimes even the best laid plans go awry.